Yeah, Landon, back when we did this in, I don't know, August, I called you the walking watch lister, and every single one of those expectations have come to fruition. You've seemed to even push past some of them. All these All-American nods keep coming in. What for you has been the most special part about seeing all the recognitions you've been getting over the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's truly just, the recognition from all of our team's hard work. I don't think that they'd be looking at me the same if we were a 2-9 team. So I just credit all that to my teammates, credit that to the coaches for putting all the hard work that they have, and then, us being able to go out there and execute. So super thankful, and it's truly an honor to be recognized in that light. But super thankful for my teammates as well.
One of those honors is the opportunity to play in an All-America Bowl, and one that's reserved, Landon, for projected 4th through 7th round NFL draft picks. For somebody who has been so vocal about wanting to play at the next level, how special is an honor like that?
Yeah, it's truly special. The work never stops. You always have to continue to put in the work because as soon as you stop, that's when it all goes away. So just have to keep working, never be satisfied with even being a 4th or 4th through 7th round pick. Just always just trying to grind for even more. So just got to keep working, keep the head to the grind. So.
I asked you this earlier this week, but I think your answer is particularly poignant and I want to share it for some folks who maybe didn't get a chance to hear it. What sets you apart from other interior defensive linemen in this year's draft class?
Yeah, I think just my speed and quickness, right? I think along with that, I've been working a long time in the weight room. Obviously those weight room numbers help out there, just being able to overpower offensive linemen that may not be as strong, and just using that strength, using that speed and quickness to either get around or go through offensive linemen, and then using my natural leverage that I have to stay low in there, because that's truly important in the trenches, just staying low so you don't get blown off the ball. So I think I do a good job at that, and just my work ethic as well. I think I just always want to keep working, like I always say. So I think that puts me apart from other defensive linemen. I have to continue to prove that throughout the bowl game and throughout the future as well.
Now, I know the Fairlawn's a couple hours from Cincinnati, but how fitting is it? A kid from Ohio gets to cap his career against a Big 12 team out of your home state.
It's very cool. When I was at Naps, we came up to the Naval Academy and we watched us play Cincinnati when they were in our conference. So being able to see that and play them, it's a full circle moment. I'm excited to get out there.
A full circle moment. What would you say to that kid about all those sleepless nights, the long hours of put in work to make yourself the player you are? What would you tell him as your NFL dreams are on the horizon? You got a chance to become one of the winningest players in Navy history.
Just keep working. It never stops, and just keep your head to the grind. It's not always the most glorious thing. It's not always the most. You don't always get all the accolades that you want, but just keep to the grind, and it'll happen in the future. So.
As all these players look at where to go, where should I make my mark in college football? They look at the Naval Academy. They see first-team All-American Landon Robinson. How did you do it here? If you could pick one thing about this place, how were you able to turn yourself into the player you are today?
I think just the ability to, at the Naval Academy, your schedule is always busy. You're always doing something. But I think, as you learn how to handle that, that's how you put that into your work as well, just being able to compartmentalize what's going on. And when you have time to work and you have a couple hours in your schedule to get an extra lift in, to get extra field work in, I go and do that. And I think just that perseverance, that focus to when I can get working, I'm going to go get it in so I can continue to get better as a player. I think that's what made me who I am today, and I'm just continue to do that and just keep working. So
I love it. One game left, Lando. What's the mark you want to leave on this program?
I just want to, have a mark of, just being a good teammate. Just always willing to put in the work and always willing to get better with my teammates, and just like I said, a good teammate. I love my guys and all the guys that we work with on a daily basis. I just want to lead it off the right way. So,
Landon, Merry Christmas. Go have some fun.
Thank you so much, Tim. Appreciate you. Thank you.